Did I scare you? Did I scare you, Kwanzaa? It is officially Halloween, depending on when this is uploaded, actually. But whatever. It's Halloween! Yay! It's Halloween! And firstly, I also want to acknowledge I've made it to 60 subscribers. Yay! Thank you to everyone who is subscribed. I am so grateful to have you here. I'm so happy that, things are chugging along and people are here. 60 people is still a lot of people in my eyes. If they were all to be in this room right now, I'd be very uncomfortable. So it's a milestone. In honor of Halloween, well, before I get into that, where are my manners? Hello, gorgeous. My name is Tev. I am an artist, a clown girl, or clown person, and this is my channel. Welcome. So, in honor of Halloween this year, I wanted to do a story time about one of the spookiest phenomena things to have ever happened to me. This is the time I was cuddled in my sleep by a spirit. Just to put you in the mindset of what was happening during then, I had to have been no older than like 15. I remember it was the summertime at night. We had all did something that day, and there was a lot of us at home. It was me, my sisters, my mom, her husband, my older sister's kids. It was during the summertime when the air conditioner went out. As you would imagine, it had been hot the entire day. We were all pretty happy about it being a little bit cooler, cool enough for us to sleep a little bit comfortably. It's very important that I tell you the layout of this living room. When everyone was going to bed, my older sister was sleeping behind me. We're on the floor. My niece was sleeping on the ottoman just behind me and my sister. In front of us was a wraparound couch. That's where everyone else was, on various parts of the couch. I wake up randomly in the middle of the night. I see that my older sister, she moved from the spot where she was and she's moved onto the couch. I go to close my eyes. Shortly after, I saw my older sister looking on the floor with a light, like her flashlight on her phone. I felt a sharp stab on my foot, and then my sister that was sleeping on the opposite end of where I was, she said, ouch. Didn't think anything of it. My mom had a cat, so I assumed it was her. The cat's name is Isis. I just assumed she was walking by our feet and accidentally stabbed our feet because that's what she does sometimes. I go back to sleep. This time, I wake up and that heat is literally all over my body. It's significantly hotter than what it was when I went to sleep. I could tell. I also felt something hug me, holding me holding with this arm underneath me like this, and we were like laying horizontal. And I was awake. That's another thing I want to express too. I was awake enough I was aware. I felt someone's head in the nape of my neck, like restricting my head from moving because their head was there. So logically, I assumed that it was my older sister. Now, of course, I was like, this is kind of weird. We've never cuddled. But, it's whatever. I look over and I see my sister on the couch. So I'm like, huh. Okay, that's a little weird. I assume it's my niece because she was much younger then, and I would understand if she got afraid in the middle of the night and just wanted to cozy up next to me. That would have been fine too. I turn around, or at least I tried to turn my head to look at the ottoman. I could see it just clear enough, and she wasn't on the ottoman, she was on the couch. So, naturally, I began counting the people on the couch, doing the process of elimination to figure out who this person was behind me. Nothing was adding up. I kept getting this intrusive thought, these thoughts that kept coming into my head, and it was saying, oh, it's just your older sister. It's just your older sister. Don't worry about it. It's just your older sister. But I remember going back and forth with the thought and saying, but my older sister's right there. But my older sister's right there. And it was so freaky. Either way, the voice convinced me. I ended up going back to sleep and it wasn't a problem. Now, the next day filled in a lot of information for what was happening, for what I saw about the thing stabbing me in the foot, and me waking up and seeing my sister look around the floor with her flashlight. I spoke to my older sister and she expressed that she felt something crawl onto her back. She said she was fine because she assumed it was the cat until she realized it was getting heavier, like way too heavy to be the cat. And mind you, our cat was a little chubby, but she was not heavy enough to like push you into the couch. And that's how heavy this weight was on my sister's back. She said that it felt as if someone was trying to get on her back. She said she knocked it onto the floor and she heard a distinct thud, and she began looking on the floor to see what it was. She said she didn't see anything. But then afterwards, she heard me and then my younger sister say ow. And we joked and said it was probably because it was irritated that it was trying to cuddle with my older sister first, but it didn't get to. I think my older sister told me that the cat was on the stairs when she and I had made eye contact, and she saw a black figure holding me. She had a similar back and forth about who was behind me. She said she was also counting the people in the living room and going, "Who's that behind Tev? Who's that behind Tev? Who is that behind Tev?" And she kept counting the bodies and things just weren't adding up. I forget how things kind of blew over with her. That was the time I was cuddled in my sleep by a spirit. I can't say I've ever experienced anything like that since then. I mean, this in addition to other experiences in my life. But this is the main reason why I don't believe I believe in like a higher realm and stuff, and I believe that there's spirits, and I believe there's more to this plane than what anyone would try to tell you. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you like my content, if you like my face, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. Hit the like button because it really helps me out. Hit the post notification bell so you're alerted every time I post. I had so much fun hanging out with you today. I hope you had fun hanging out with me too. Tell me, do you have any like ghostly, spooky experiences? I don't know, I'm really interested in reading about other people's like spooky spiritual experiences, especially during October. So, just let me know. I will be looking in the comments below. Also, if you would like to support me and what I have going on here, you could consider becoming a Silly Billy. It's only $5 a month on Patreon, and yeah, I say consider it. I have a lot more coming up. I have a lot more beautiful things coming to this channel, so you'll be one of my day ones. It was really nice hanging out with you today, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello.